Hello, Froggy here from pinkfrog.io, and today I would like to showcase a scoreboard script that we have linked with a pretty interesting smart Blips system. On our server, there was always a problem where players kept asking whether someone was at the station or in other locations of specific companies. We decided to go against this problem and created, together with the scoreboard, a smart Blips system that works roughly like this. If a player with a given job is located within the area of an object defined in the config, then for all players the blip starts glowing in a designated colour and shows the exact number of, for example, officers inside the area. If they leave the company's or faction's location, then the information on the blip, if no one is inside, shows 0 and the blip turns grey. I think that, since I've already caught your interest, I'll show you the next part of the script. Of course, we also prepared a list of all these jobs and players in a minimalist UI, where you can see the number of players online, your SSN, which we prepared for ESX, or if you're using Qbcore or Qbox, your citizenid, and of course the list of available employees. Additionally, /scoreboard settings command where the player can edit the position of the scoreboard, opacity, and scale using the command, and of course it will save in the cache even after the player reconnects. Additionally, while using the scoreboard, an animation plays to show whether someone might be abusing the display of such information as ID above the head, etc. Additionally, you can also prepare your own design for your scoreboard right from the start, because we know how much you like customizing scripts. So we simplified everything to easy config editing, where you can set everything yourself. You can change the background colors, the secondary color, the gradient, and even set your own server logo. We also added a system that allows you to hide the exact number, for example, of officers in the config. Let's say that you want that. If there are, for example, 2 officers, it would simply show +1 in the UI. For all players, of course the number is only an example, you define it yourselves. Of course in the config you can set all such things like blip settings, counting range, whether it should show the counting if they are present at all, or maybe simply show on the blip how many there are without counting any distance, or add companies that will not necessarily be displayed in the scoreboard, but smart blips will, for example, read them. Additionally, we have prepared a special export that you can use both on the client side and the server side, for example in server heists, so you don't have to duplicate the code that reads jobs and to optimize everything properly. And when it comes to client side optimization, our code, even when updating information on blips, does not exceed 0.01 milliseconds. The same applies to the server side. You decide how often the information should be updated between the server and the client, which prevents players from causing unnecessary server load every time they open or spam the scoreboard. And that's basically everything, because we didn't want the scoreboard to be overloaded. After all, it's a scoreboard, not a phone. The script is prepared for ESX, Qbcore, Qbox. Visit our store, where you'll also find other interesting scripts, such as our Ox inventory redesign, which sells very well, or the radio with a custom talking animation, or the multi-character plus identity system that came out quite recently. Check out what our clients say about us on our Discord. Remember, at pinkfrog.io, we don't follow trends, we create them.